I can say that Marco Asensio has been offered by his agent to many important English clubs, including Arsenal, including Manchester United in the last 2 weeks, I would say, 15 days, 20 days. At the moment, for Manchester United, is not a priority. It was one of the options in case the Antony deal was not going through, but now it's almost completed, so it's not the case, and I don't see them signing one more winger at this point of the market. And so the situation is quiet as of now. And for Arsenal, at the moment, there is no direct negotiation with Real Madrid, but the relationship with Jorge Mendes is always very good. So could be a last-minute idea, but at the moment, it's not a negotiation. For sure, Marco Asensio is looking for an opportunity. So till deadline day, he will try to find a nice opportunity because he wants to play, he wants regular game time. But in case he won't be playing, he will stay, of course, at Real Madrid. And then next summer, big opportunity to leave on a free. So his agent is already working on a potential free transfer for next summer in case nothing happens this week. So for sure, Asensio will be a name mentioned many, many times. Yes, I think they will explore many alternatives. Pedro Neto is one of the players that they love. When I say they, I mean Edu really appreciates the player, and same for Mikel Arteta. They consider Pedro Neto as perfect player for them. But Wolves want more than £50 million, so it's a complicated deal at the moment for Arsenal. And top priority was Rafinha. They were desperate for Rafinha, but it was impossible to complete the deal as he only wanted Barcelona. So now after this Pedro Neto story, let's see if Arsenal will try one more time or not. But also they had some ideas for Moussa Diaby from Bayer Leverkusen. He's a player really appreciated by Arsenal, but it's kind of same situation. Bayer Leverkusen has no intention to let him go. They want to offer him a new deal, so another tough one. Is not an easy one. I will keep an eye on some surprising names till the end, because first point, Arsenal will work as always on the names they really want and not on players that they just want to sign one more and nothing else. They want a perfect player. The strategy in January was perfect with Gabriel Jesus because they wanted Vlahovic, was impossible. They decided not to spend any money on any other strikers. They had maybe 2-3 strikers in the list, and they decided to wait and go for Gabriel Jesus. So this will be the case. If they will have the right opportunity, they will be on it. And one of the names I wanted to mention is Mudryk from Shakhtar. Is one of the wingers that are the most interesting wingers in the market, with many clubs keen on signing him from England, from Bundesliga too, from Italy too, because he was one of the players followed by Juventus a few months ago, and now could be an opportunity. So let's see what Arsenal will decide to do with many of these players. Newcastle were obsessed with him. Newcastle were in love with him, but then at one point at the end of July, they understood that with Bayer Leverkusen it was almost impossible to negotiate for less than 65-70 million, and they wanted to invest that money on a center striker, not on a winger. That was the strategy. And so this is why they spent big money on Alexander Isak and not on Moussa Diaby. And now for Diaby, I think with German clubs to negotiate in the final week is almost impossible. So I see him staying and maybe extending the contract. No, there was no official bid. So at the moment, no. But there was a contact between Arsenal and Leicester to understand the situation. It was few weeks ago, middle of August, I would say. And at that point, on Arsenal's side was they are not intention to pay what Leicester want for a player who is out of contract in a few months. They could be able to sign him for free for next season in January in 4 months. So this is why Arsenal have no intention maybe to pay 35-40 million pounds for Tielemans, less than this. Let's see what Leicester will decide to do. After selling Wesley Fofana to Chelsea, they already make big profits, so they need to decide what they want to do with the price tag of Yuri Tielemans. So at the moment, it's not a direct negotiation with an official bid. But I can confirm that the player has always been high on Arsenal list, and so I would keep his name in the potential names for Arsenal, not only because it's a big opportunity. Yes, I think one of the next names could be Maitland-Niles. Maitland-Niles. There is a negotiation with Southampton. Many clubs want him. 2 or 3 clubs approached Arsenal, including West Ham, but Southampton have a project with young players, and it could be the most attractive to Maitland-Niles. So negotiations are ongoing. Let's see if they will be able to reach an agreement on loan with a buy option. And then let's see, but I think they already did many outgoings this summer, so they are pretty satisfied with their work. At the moment, I can guarantee 100% that his agent Jorge Mendes is trying to find solutions. Jorge Mendes is still working behind the scenes. He's still trying to do kind of same move he did last summer. It was almost impossible to move Ronaldo last summer, and then at the end he found this Manchester United opportunity in the final days of the window. So he's going to try for the same kind of solution, but it's not easy. It's not easy at all. He was trying with Napoli, but it's absolutely not easy. He was trying again with German clubs, Bayern, Borussia Dortmund, early August. Same with English clubs with Chelsea, but Thomas Tuchel is absolutely not convinced about that kind of deal. So Jorge Mendes is still trying. He's still pushing. Let's see if he will find a solution. But as of now, still no breakthrough in the talks. Yes, Antony is a done deal, so we can consider it completed. And trust me that on Thursday, the feeling was completely different, because Ajax didn't even want to negotiate with Man United. So at one point they were thinking, okay, maybe we'll have no chance to improve our proposal and to negotiate with Ajax on the fee. And then everything changed also because of the player. He was very clear in his intention to leave the club. So this is how it changed. And now for Man United, the next one has to be the goalkeeper. I think today, tomorrow, next 24 hours, we will have the situation clear for Dubravka from Newcastle. They submitted an official proposal. It's a loan with a buy option, £5 million for Dubravka. Newcastle want a permanent transfer, but the player is pushing. The player is pushing, is asking Newcastle, the manager, the board, to have this opportunity at Manchester United, also because now he's second goalkeeper behind Nick Pope, so he wants to go to Man United, and the feeling around Man United is that they have good chances to sign him. So Dubravka could be the next one. And then let's see if they will have some last-minute opportunity. Could be maybe right back, but it depends on Wan-Bissaka, if Wan-Bissaka will leave the club or not. Otherwise, they will stay with the current situation of right backs. Keep an eye on the situation of potential midfielders, strikers. We know, for example, that Memphis Depay is a deal they explored a few days ago, but at the moment it's not a negotiation with his agents or with Barcelona because the priority was Antony. So it's absolutely quiet as of now. But we know that on deadline day or the day before, they can decide to activate any option. But as of now, it's Dubravka, and then let's see. Wan-Bissaka with Crystal Palace or any other club. Then I would mention some of the young players. For example, we have to keep an eye on Diallo, on Mejiri on loan. Hannibal can have this possibility with Birmingham. And Garner. Garner could be a permanent deal because Southampton made a bid during the weekend. Manchester United said no, so they turned down the opening proposal, but also Everton are interested. So I feel that in 24, 48 hours, Garner could be the next player to leave Manchester United. Yes, they will go for a midfielder, as Jurgen Klopp mentioned. They are looking for an opportunity, from what I'm told. So honestly, still not clear who will be the player. And I've seen many rumors on Frankie de Jong, but the answer I'm receiving is they are not going for that kind of player. So spending maybe 80 million euros and crazy salary. They want to find an opportunity. They want to find a kind of good player for good price. Bellingham will 100% not leave this summer, this week at this point. It's true that Liverpool, including many other clubs, asked about him. It was end of May, beginning of June, and from Borussia Dortmund was not even a negotiation, was not even a price. It was a no, untouchable, he's going to stay. And so Jude Bellingham is staying at Borussia Dortmund. And I think January is difficult, but next summer, I think it will be a crazy race. My feeling, speaking to some sources, is that it's going to be kind of Haaland race again, with many of the biggest clubs in the world fighting to sign the player with a really important price tag. So it's absolutely open, but I think Liverpool will be there. Possible, yes, but easy, no, because as I mentioned before, with German clubs, to negotiate at the end of the market is always tough, is always difficult, and Leipzig stated many times that they want to keep the player at this point. They were negotiating with Bayern, and Leimer had an agreement on personal terms with Bayern. He shares the same agents of Sadio Mane, so the relationship is great with Bayern, but the problem is that Leipzig don't want to sell an important player at the end of the window. So I think that's going to be the same problem for Liverpool. That's why it's not an easy one. My personal opinion is he would be perfect. Liverpool needs some energy, and he's kind of energy player. So I think they really need that kind of player. They have a lot of quality, and when some players will be back from injuries, of course, Thiago and many others, that would be easier for Jurgen Klopp, but they need some energy. So Leimer or that kind of player could be absolutely perfect, I think. Perfect fit for Liverpool. He had some possibilities on the market. Also, Roberto Firmino had some possibilities in the last few weeks, but Liverpool said no because of the injuries. too many injuries. So my feeling is that Liverpool will try to keep the current squad at the midfielder, but keep the current squad. Not in Italy, because we had rumors about Juventus, but I'm told that some English clubs asked for him, inquiring about the situation of Firmino. But it also in this case was not even a negotiation, because for Liverpool it was important to keep Firmino behind Darwin. The feeling in the morning was difficult. It's complicated because there is still a gap between what Everton are asking and what Chelsea are offering. Everton would love to include some players in the deal like Armando Broja, but Thomas Tuchel is a big fan of Armando, and so I'm not sure that he's going to be included in any negotiation. So at the moment, it's complicated. A new bid is needed if Chelsea want to sign Anthony Gordon. And so timing will be important, as Frank Lampard mentioned in the last few days. It's not something that they can complete on deadline day. They want to get it done before, if they're going to have an agreement. So at the moment is a complicated one. Let's see what Chelsea will decide to do. But as of now, it's not at the final stage or advanced. I think it's not easy also in this point, because Thomas Tuchel is trusting him. So he's playing him, and also many clubs are asking for Conor Gallagher. It's true that Everton would love to include him in the deal. Newcastle would love to go for Conor Gallagher. He's one of the favorite players they have in the list, but not easy at all with Chelsea. Crystal Palace also want to sign him on a permanent deal, maybe with a buyback clause included. But at the moment from Chelsea, there is no intention to approve that kind of deal. So in this case, for Armando Broja and for Conor Gallagher, it's up to Thomas Tuchel. It's Thomas Tuchel who decides, and at the moment there is still no green light. At the moment, from what I'm told, is not something advanced. It's not a negotiation. It's one of many players that they discussed internally and with his agents to understand the conditions of the deal, but not a negotiation. I don't see Zaha as a priority. Maybe it could be a last-minute opportunity in case they decide to go for that kind of player, but it's not something close. So at the moment, just an opportunity. The real club close to signing Zaha, it was July, was Roma. Roma were really close to sign Zaha, with Jose Mourinho in love with the player. But it was before Dybala. Then at the end, they had the opportunity to sign Dybala, to hijack the deal with Inter, and this is why it collapsed. Crazy strategy game on that deal. Really crazy. It's 20 days strategy game, because Barcelona know that Chelsea want Aubameyang as priority, and they don't have many other alternatives on the market with 3 days left on the window. But at the same point, Chelsea know that Barcelona need money on their financial situation. And so there is a complicated negotiation ongoing. At the moment, Monday morning, I can say that it's absolutely not advanced between clubs. I'm told that there is an agreement on personal terms between Aubameyang and Chelsea since 2 weeks. So the player is not a problem. The real issue is with Barcelona, because what Chelsea are offering, including Marcos Alonso in the deal, is not what Barcelona want. Barcelona want to discuss Marcos Alonso in a separated negotiation, and Chelsea want to include him. So at the moment, no agreement, and the feeling I have is it could be kind of deadline day move or the day before, not going to be completed today. This is the feeling around Chelsea and Barca. Because of the financial situation of Barcelona, and it's about registering player and that kind of things, they need to go step by step with all the signings they do. They had some issues, as we know, with Koundé. Now he's registered, but it took 2 weeks. So now the priority for Barca is to find a solution for the outgoings. So let's say with Aubameyang, with Depay, and also important to clarify the new right back situation, because Xavi wants a new right back and wants to find a solution for Serginho Dest. So the real priority is the right back, to register the new right back if they will be able to find one, and then to move on the left back, maybe on deadline day with Marcos Alonso. So this is the plan for Barcelona, but Chelsea say, we want to include Marcos Alonso in this deal. We don't want to wait till the end, and maybe you move on another left back. So this is why it's a strategy game, but the feeling is it's still on, but it's absolutely not easy. It's complicated. The problem is Atalanta. Tottenham, Olympique Marseille offered a swap deal for Malinowski with Cengiz Under. No agreement. Tottenham are interested in Malinowski, and the player dreams of Tottenham, because really Ruslan Malinowski would love to play in the Premier League and would love to join Tottenham. But from what I'm told at the moment, Atalanta have no intention to let him go. The president of Atalanta, Percassi, is in love with Malinowski and wants him to stay. So this is why the deal is not so easy. And so let's see. But for Malinowski, as of now, it's not easy between clubs. The player would love to complete this move. There is a possibility because James is one of the names they explored on loan with buy option. Leeds wanted something different. They're not so happy with the loan move, but it's also up to the player. I'm told that also Everton are interested in Daniel James. but it's up to Leeds now more than to the other club. So at the moment, it's not something close, but it's important also to understand what's going to happen with Bryan Gil. Because, for example, Tottenham have an agreement in place with Valencia for Bryan Gil. It's a loan deal, but they are not allowing him to leave until they find a replacement. And so Dan James or any other opportunity, as we mentioned, Malinowski or any other player. Reguilón is a done deal with Atletico Madrid, medical on Tuesday, and everything agreed on a loan deal with no buy option included. So Reguilón will be the new left back of Atletico Madrid. Harry Winks tomorrow will travel to Italy to sign with Sampdoria on a loan deal. For Edson Alvarez, it's true that they have strong interest. They are prepared to place a bid for him. But the point is, with Anthony Deal done, I don't see, honestly, Ajax selling one more player before the end of the market. They need to keep some important players, so they can't sell also Alvarez. And this is why, at the moment, it's complicated. For João Pedro, it was agreed 1 week ago, last Monday. That was completely agreed between Watford and Newcastle on a permanent deal, around £25 million plus 5 in add-ons and 10% future sale percentage. So with a sell-on clause included, full agreement on personal terms with the player. The real point was Alexander Isak, that this opportunity was open out of nothing. They wanted Isak as priority target since July. Then Real Sociedad decided to accept to let him go, and this is why Newcastle changed their plans on João Pedro. But I'm told that it's still open, the situation, with Newcastle and potentially with other clubs. It's not over yet for João Pedro's transfer before the end of the market, so let's see what happens with him.